I'm really tired. Oh, before I get started, if you like my videos, please give it a thumbs up. That helps out the channel. If you want to see more videos, make sure you subscribe. And one thing I learned yesterday, because I was at the North Little Rock Yard for Maverick Transportation and speaking to some students, many of whom who watched my videos, but apparently they did not give my name as a referral, not because they didn't want to, but I think they're under the impression that they can show up and give my name as a referral, and that's not how it works. If you do that, nobody gets anything. The way it works is if you want to give a referral and you've already put in your application, that's okay. There's this thing called a phone. You call up the recruiter and give him my name, or you send him an email. It's that easy. The thing is that the only part you got to remember is you got to do it before you arrive. So I'm tired, and I think it's because I'm old, and I'm not going to tell you how old I am because I like keeping it a secret, but I'm pretty old. I did part of my wood floor resurfacing this weekend. I'm just kind of showing this to show you where I'm at in Grand Prairie, Texas. I'm almost afraid to show the property where I'm at because, you know, some places get kind of iffy on these things, but I can talk about them. At this location, there's a big Home Depot distribution center, and that is where I am at. I'm picking up some sort of lumber, and at which point I will take it to Tulsa, Oklahoma. They gave me an electronic device that will beep and tell me where to go. So, so this road, where that flag is pretty much the turn into this facility, but there's very little signage. In fact, I passed up the entrance to where I needed to come in at this location because on Google Maps, where I see the trucks at is farther down. But when I drove down there, there's a big sign that says, drivers don't pull in here unless you got a door number. And I'm like, well, that's kind of late. Why isn't there a sign that says trucks enter here? You know, if shippers and receivers want, this is just my advice, if they want really good flow of trucks, signage is awesome. You know, trucks enter here, drivers check in here. Just for future reference for other drivers, not that I'm picking on this company, but if you come to this Home Depot at this location and you come into the first entrance, the only reason I knew where to sign in is there was a door that was open and there's a sign hanging halfway down the hall. I had to stop, I had to back up and read it. It said drivers check in at this window, and I'm like, why is there a sign inside the building telling drivers where to check in? I thought that was humorous, and I thought I would share it. Yeah, it's sad that you can't see more than just that, because I don't want to. There is a company that I guess in one of my videos I might have talked about them. I got the impression that maybe I displayed something on their property that they were they did not want. I don't know which video they're referring to, and I think they're in anyway, I guess the long story short is if they could tell me where the offending material is, I would be more than happy to remove it if that's what their property policies are, which that's the way I interpret it. That's their policy on their property. But I don't recall ever filming anything in this, and I'm not going to say their name. But it is in Kentucky. So we'll see what I find out about that. I'm not sure. I guess I could show you something over here. Let's see, I got a bunch of messages. So that's what I've done today so far. 373 miles. Not too happy about that. I've got 4 hours and 36 minutes on my drive clock, but I'm already eating away at my 14 hours, so I really only have 3 hours left. That's why this number says 259, and that's why it doesn't say 436, because that's what I got left today. It's 5 o'clock, and my appointment is at 6. So we'll see how this goes. maybe if things are going well, they'll buzz me in. Either way, I'm going to have to get loaded, get tarped, get secured, and get somewhere to park, because I'm in Dallas, well, Grand Prairie. There's a portion of the highway I'm trying to show. Any capturing of the current property I'm on is simply inadvertent filming. Besides, as you can see, it's all blurry, so you can't identify any of their concrete. Yeah. Today was kind of a interesting day. I started out from the North Little Rock Yard and ended up running right into traffic or an accident. Or I exited off of, I think it was 40 onto 440. I guess that was it's an exit / entry ramp onto 440, and apparently an 18-wheeler and another 18-wheeler got into a fender bender, and it blocked traffic, and I was there for an hour and a half on that bridge waiting for traffic to resume, and I just started my clock, so that ate away an hour and a half of my 14-hour clock that I normally wouldn't have used up. So here I sit waiting to get loaded, and I'm going to Tulsa, Oklahoma. It's a short load, which I don't tend to worry about the miles on specific loads. It's really the mileage I get per day. If I can get the mileage I'm looking for during the day, it doesn't really matter the length of the particular load assignment that I get. Now, if it happens repeatedly, yeah, that's a problem, but it doesn't tend to be that way. You know, every once in a while you're going to get a load that you're like, oh, those are short miles, but that's okay. When I'm done dropping off that load, I'm going to get another one and drive more miles. So I guess people just don't like stopping and getting out of their truck. That's just my opinion. So many opinions going around right now, especially on the news, and Facebook seems to be inundated with certain things, and it's a shame. It takes away yeah, that's weird. I didn't know I can turn that off while I'm filming. That's cool. I'm just checking things out on my phone, just seeing how they work. It looks like I can do all kinds of things. Here, I thought the dual recording, I couldn't stop it while I was filming, but apparently I can. So it's taken away from serious world events that I consider serious anyway. I mean, when people starve to death because of lack of food, and yet here we are. We talk about what people are doing while playing a game that we're paying to see, because our lives are so privileged that we can't put up with anything. I don't know. I'm not going to get into it. It's just crazy how things can distract us from things that are truly important. And that's just my opinion. I'm sure other people think other things are important too, but the biggest thing, the number one important thing for me is compassion towards our fellow man, and there's a lack of that in a lot of areas. So I'm grateful to anybody that remembers to be compassionate towards somebody else that's in need. Anyway, sorry for the lack of showing anything right now. Hopefully, I just felt like I needed to. I have the time to speak. I just can't. Once I get off the property, then I can show the load. But I don't know how busy I'm going to be once I start getting loaded. And I also don't know how dark it will be when I'm done. So hopefully I can find parking. What I'm going to do is put all my information into the GPS to show me how I'm going to get to Tulsa, Oklahoma. And then I'll be able to determine where I'm going to park along that route. And so that's the fun of trip planning. And that's it for now. If you have any questions or comments, please leave them below the video. I try to leave a lot of information in the video description, so if you have questions, please see that as well. But I'm more than happy to answer any questions you have. That's it for now.